made. It'll do 0 to 60 in around 3 seconds. But then so does every other grown-up supercar these days. What really matters here is that from a standing start, after 10 seconds, it's doing 140 miles an hour. 10 seconds! Crikey, that's fast.
And the 488's comprehensive rewrite doesn't stop at the engine. £250,000 also buys you F1 grade aerodynamics and an exhaust made of Inconel, which is the same stuff they use in rocket engines. Inside, meanwhile, every inch of the interior has been pared back to save 90 kilos in weight, all of which makes the Pista about 9/10 of a racing car for the road. Which comes with its downsides. But if you're going to go pared back and minimal, at least make sure it's pleasant. I mean, this seat here, it's as bony as an old donkey. And what's left of the dash, well, it's 10 years old. It's from a Ferrari 458. And then there's this thing down here. It's a carbon fibre sort of spur with buttons on it. It looks like a medieval sex toy. Beneath the threadbare surface, however, lurks a lot of very clever electronic assistance.
But not the boring stuff that boings to warn you that you're wandering out of your motorway lane or that there's a scooter in your blind spot. Oh no. The Pista's computers concern themselves with something far more exciting. Drifts on demand. Ferrari calls it Side Slip Angle Control 6. Basically, we'll tick on a brake alongside the electronic differential to keep you in line, or rather, out of line. It's genius. Sliding a 700 horsepower Ferrari shouldn't be this easy, but the Pista makes it child's play.
There's no question that with the Pista, Ferrari has done it again.
Wow!
What you're looking at is the new benchmark for the track-focused supercar.
The Mclaren P1.
£800,000, 900 horsepower, and quicker around this track than the LaFerrari and the 918 Spider. So the question is, just how close can the 720S get to its big brother, the reigning champion?
Well, to find out, obviously I need to lap the P1 again. I'm selfless like that. So, same conditions for both cars, one flying lap, here goes. All ends up, that's all the braking I've got. Can I get it through? Good Lord. So much flatter and stiffer after the 720. The power is completely addictive. Can't believe that the new car can get anywhere near to it. It's slammed onto the deck. 200 horsepower more than the 720S. It's got everything more. Just so violent. Pin your ears back. I feel that 900 horsepower. Whoa! Oh, yeah. Doesn't get much better than that for me.
Okay, the time for the P1 was 1:54.7.
1:54.7. Okay, so I think that is a good time, and I struggle to see how the 720 can get anywhere near it. So 1:54.7. I mean, that's
mighty fast around here.
Yes, hypercar fast. Make no mistake, to even get within sight of the P1, the 720S has its work cut out.
I mean, it does feel faintly ridiculous to even think that this relatively normal series production car can get anywhere near it. Right, let's start to push. Brake hard into turn 1. Don't overcook it. Get on the gas early, use all the curb. Get out of the corner. More power. P1 bludgeons it down the straights, but this is closer than I expected. Oh, that's layering. It's crucial now. I'm flat now. It feels wrong to be out there. Hold the line. You can do it. There we go. Right, let's have a look. What's it done? So, P1 did 154.7. I know it monstered this in a straight line, but this was so good. So, can I have the lap time, please?
The 720 did it in a 155.2.
155.2, so half a second off. So it was half a second slower. That's remarkable. 60, under 3 seconds. 100, 3 seconds later. 120, 130, 140, 150. Combined, that V6 and those electric motors provide 573 horsepower. That's not sports car power, that's supercar power. Top speed is supercar speed as well. 191 miles an hour. Wow. Hey, the technology may be complicated, but the effect is brutally simple. That is fast. Really fast.
But the best part of this hybrid setup, it doesn't feel disjointed and digital. The brakes may be e-brakes and the steering may be e-steering, but it gives you a real sense of what's going on. Obviously, you can't skid it about like a Ferrari 488 because those electric motors are always trying to drag it straight, but you can skid it about. Oh, yes, you can! Wow, it's way more fun than I thought possible for something that was so complicated. Look at that! So, Honda's new NSX really does have genuine supercar credentials. But before you go and trade in the Lambo, there are one or two things to point out, like the interior.
OK, they've made a great effort, but it's still recognisably Honda. If I'm being a real nitpicker, I don't like the way these paddles move. They feel a bit cheap. It should feel like turning the bezel on an expensive watch, and it doesn't. It just feels like you're pulling a plastic paddle on a 40-quid gaming steering wheel.
And as for the styling, well, it does look a bit like an R8 and a Mclaren have face-swapped, but I think it's stunning. The Porsche 911 GT2 RS. A £230,000 riot of wings, vents, holes and stripes. But before you dismiss it as just a 911 that's been driven through Halfords with a magnet strapped to it, trust me, this is one of the most exciting cars of the decade.
That's 700 horsepower from those twin turbos. 0 to 60, 2.7 seconds, and top speed of 211. 150.
170. That's insane. Just sucks up the world and punches you out the other side. Wow. Looks like a 911. Goes like a hypercar. And do you know the really crazy thing about this car? It's limited to 11, but if it was left unlimited, it would do 223 miles an hour. And the only reason it doesn't is that Porsche would have had to develop an entirely new tyre to handle the speed.
Even as it is, though, don't worry. The GT2 RS still gives its tyres plenty to think about.
Not many cars can do this. Watch this. Into hammerhead. Bit of a tweak one way, bit of a tweak the other. Get it going in second. Grab third. Wait for it. Grab fourth, and it's still sliding. Whoa! I've never driven a car that can do that before. This is a feral, deranged banshee of a car. This is a new level of hooliganry.